This is Red Wolf Airsoft TV. I'm Taz, and today we're going to be talking about the H&K MP5 SD. The H&K MP5 is probably one of the most iconic and recognizable guns of the modern firearms era, and it's featured in popular movies such as Bad Boys 2 and The Negotiator. It was designed in 1960 by Heckler & Koch. You can see the markings over here. And it's become a common staple of law enforcement and military units around the world. The MP5 comes in many variants, but this is my personal preference, the SD or silenced version. The MP5 SD3 by Umarex is manufactured by VFC, which means that we can at least count on it being well built and a good performer. Everything on this gun except the grip, foregrip and stock butt is made of metal, so at around 3 kgs or 7 pounds, it's a pretty hefty piece of equipment to lug around. The gun measures in at 76 centimeters or 30 inches, but the SD3 has a retractable stock, which means at 60 centimeters or 24 inches, it's a lot more compact and maneuverable in small spaces. On the whole, the gun looks and feels pretty realistic with the exception of the foregrip, which lets it down a bit by being a tad plasticky. But the color and texture of the receiver is really realistic and is actually cut from one piece of steel, which means it's got the same lines and texture as the real one. Of course, one of the main features of this gun is the integrated silencer, which when you unscrew it, you can see goes all the way to the back, just like the real gun. But some of you will be disappointed to know that because the inner barrel goes all the way to the tip of the metal silencer, there is absolutely no silencing function, it's just for the look of it. On the other hand though, for those of you who prefer performance over novelty, this could be counted as a plus since it means you maximize power potential with the longer inner barrel. It's worth noting that this gun shoots only in semi-auto or full auto and doesn't have the 3-burst Navy trigger group. It has a very realistic trigger action and trigger group and a pretty awesome cocking mechanism. The cocking tube is also made of steel, which means you can rack all day without worrying about breaking it. And for die-hard MP5 fans out there, you'll know that this sound is what owning an MP5 is all about. So it sounds pretty realistic. I want to go see how it performs. Using green gas and 0.2 gram BBs, I'm going to test this baby out. Now we're switching to full auto. As you saw, it's got an FPS of around 415, which means it's a pretty powerful gun. If you want to use it indoors, I would suggest that you cut down the inner barrel and maybe add some silencing foam so it becomes a true MP5. I'd probably be using this outside and would make full use of the powerful capacity. As a gas blowback SMG, this feels amazing to shoot with good, solid recoil and an awesome sound to boot. Unfortunately though, if you're going to be using full auto, having it at only 30 rounds means you're going to have to carry around extra magazines to get you by. The biggest draw card of this weapon is the realism of it. With fully licensed H&K markings and accurate caliber markings on the side, it is as realistic as you're going to get. For this awesome product and others, go to our website at www.redwolfairsoft.com.